I want to talk to you about Puerto Rico and the white settlers moving in to Puerto Rico and displacing the Puerto Ricans. So after Maria, a lot of Puerto Ricans left their country. So now the carpetbaggers in America are going to Puerto Rico and buying out these people's land. Now, what does that remind you of? Colonization? This is what happens when there is unchecked buying out of people's land in other country by white people. And actually, the Puerto Rican government are part of this problem because they should not be allowing these people to come and take over the Puerto Ricans' lands. Now, I don't care who doesn't like what I'm saying, but this is how colonization works. They go in to countries all over the world and buy up people's property. And don't tell me it's capitalism. All it is making the people who live in those countries poorer. That's all it is.
If you're interested in coming to Puerto Rico, watch till the end, click on the link, come see us. We'll spend some time together and have a great time. Check it out. Dale.
Hello. It's Deborah Razzo here from the Women's Real Estate Network with obviously a bunch of amazing people here to talk to you about what? Puerto Rico. I got to tell you, I've always wanted to go to a tropical island. Never did I think that I'd be investing in one. But my good friend, who you'll later meet, Catherine Morea, who's part of the Women's Real Estate Network, ended up moving to Puerto Rico. She'll tell you a little bit about that. And I went out to visit her and fell in love with this not only incredible tropical island, but amazing emerging market for real estate. Oh my gosh, the tax advantages, the opportunity zones, the people are lovely. It's incredible. So what happened? I got to meet these other two amazing men who are also involved in Puerto Rico.
So this comment is from a video that is a vlog of a white, presumably wealthy couple that's moving from New York to Puerto Rico. And the comment section has some pushback in it by people who are trying to express how frustrated they are or how harmful that might be. And this comment is responding to the comment section saying that I'm Puerto Rican and I'm confused. Why the hate? Don't we all got the same president? And yes, you're right. We do all have the same president, the continental U.S. and Puerto Rico. And my follow-up question is why or how? How is it, do you think, that the continental U.S. and its citizens have the same president as Puerto Rico? And then my follow-up question after that is, because we share a president, how is it, do you think, that our presidents have served or not served Puerto Rico? If you're familiar with environmental science or biology, then let's, for the sake of this example, think of wealthy white Americans as an invasive species, a species that comes into an environment that is not its own and disrupts the natural balance of the ecosystem that's already in place there. An ecosystem that's taken centuries to develop, and one where all of the living organisms that already belong to it understand what they must contribute to maintain the balance and prosperity and allow each of their community members to thrive. in Puerto Rico and in marginalized communities across the continental and non-continental US, white wealthy Americans are an invasive species. They disrupt an economic ecosystem that has allowed marginalized communities to prosper and thrive amongst themselves for decades. They exploit. They consume too much, they pay too little, they price people out, and they bring all of their prejudices with them. When you hear people talking about displacement or gentrification, they're talking about the fear of losing their homes, the fact that there is what some might perceive as betterment happening in their community, but they will not be the ones who get to enjoy or reap the benefits of that betterment. They will be kicked out, they'll be priced out and forced to leave. And the only reason that white wealthy Americans are able to do this in Puerto Rico right now is because they are cashing in on a violent colonial and imperial history in Puerto Rico, which, you're right, is confusing. But what we have to come to terms with is the fact that the frustration that the Puerto Rican people are expressing right now is a legitimate one. And what's concerning is that the original creator of that Moving to Puerto Rico vlog is liking comments like this one and others that invalidate that very legitimate frustration, which says to me and to Boricua people that they are not ready or willing to listen to the voices of the indigenous Puerto Rican people. And yet here they are moving invasively to Puerto Rico.